The CJ Garner-Johnson revival is actually pretty epic here. The Chicago Bears, it feels like highway robbery. The fact that they were able to add this guy to the defense that they already have, which, listen, isn't great, but he definitely is already helping out. And right here, you see him playing in that nickel, does a phenomenal job kind of manipulating and disguising this blitz. And they're actually going to send the tight end from left to right in pre-snap motion. Again, just a phenomenal job disguising this as maybe just a coverage, man, maybe zone, right? But as we snap the ball, offensive line is going to be pretty much in a full slide off to the right, which is crazy. If you're in a full slide to the right and you don't pick up a blitz off the right, I mean, you are doing something horrendously wrong. And CJ drives in, right? I mean, pretty much unblocked. Not pretty much, he's unblocked. They set up a wall, right? They set up this wall, but nobody gets CJ Garner-Johnson. They act like he's not even there. Boom, big time sack in the backfield. This revival of CJ Gardner-Johnson could be a season-changing player for this Bears defense, man. And I'm being serious, right? You have Austin Booker, you have a guy like Montez Sweat off the edge, and then now CJ Gardner-Johnson, who could play in the box as a safety, as a linebacker, but also play deep as well. This dude is a machine. And we're going to break down some of the film from this game. Before we dive in, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's see if we can get over 500 likes on the video. Comment down below P2 if you want me to break down more Bears film. And let's dive in. I also love how instinctual CJ Gardner-Johnson is. And you're going to see on this play, the wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be running like this quick out to the sideline. As we are kind of trying to mirror this route, we're going to look back just in case, see where the football is, see what the quarterback's doing. We want to make sure we know where the ball is at all times. So as this little play fake happens, a little bit of like a RPO, it looks like, we can hand the ball off or we can keep it with some guys pulling to that left side. And again, they're trying to run this route to get CJ out of the play. Normally, DBs won't look back for the football. And right here, they'll follow. But CJ looks back for the football. And that helps him get back into position to kind of make a play on this football. Look at him. Boom. Ball's out. And guess who gets it? The Chicago Bears. Let's watch this from the other angle here. I know it's going to be tough to see. But watch CJ. He's going to come out of nowhere here. He's going to put his shoulder on the football. This is a guy that will do whatever it takes to win football games. And that is someone that fits the Chicago Bears culture absolutely perfectly. I am super excited that they finally have like some guys defensively that can make plays happen. I think it's going to be huge for the offense. And Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, if they can dominate time possession, look out, man. This team's going to be good. And not only is going to be, they are good. I'm honestly really excited about how they're utilizing him as a player. You know, whether it's a box safety or it's a slot corner, they're just utilizing him in a lot of really good ways. And right here, you're going to see we're going to kind of loop or twist or stunt our guys to the inside. We're going to drop our linebacker back into a zone. We're going to pretty much get a hat on a hat everywhere, lined up in that 7-eye. Right, just on the inside shoulder of the tight end. But we're going to send it. We're going to absolutely send it again. We're going to twist inside, really overload the A-gaps here. But you're going to see our inside guy does a great job getting out to the tackle, forcing him to pick up, and then CJ gets a clear lane off the edge, and a great job getting the sack on Russell Wilson. I mean, this is the second time he flies off the edge. He's so quick, they don't know what to do. Now, I will say, the reason he's unblocked on this play is because offensive linemen are taught to go for the closest thing to the quarterback, which means, right, since this guy's coming through the A-gap and this guy's coming through the C-gap, you are taught to go for the A-gap or the B-gap compared to the C-gap because it is closer to the quarterback. It gives the quarterback, maybe even if it's just a split second more time to work in the pocket, right? So yeah, they're taught not to block CJ on this play, but at the same time, you can't just leave him unblocked, right? I mean, you got to at least bring a tight end in to block, and they don't. There's no chip and release, right? Look at the tight end. Doesn't chip and release off CJ. Why? I mean, that's just bad coaching, if you ask me. and a great job by CJ Gardner-Johnson. And guys, really quickly again, make sure you do me a big favor, hit the like button, but most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you haven't already done so yet. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering this Chicago Bear team throughout the entirety of the season. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns. Just let me know what you guys want to see next. Comment down below part 2. I plan on doing a potential Caleb Williams video. Again, if you guys want to see it, we'll do that ASAP. Actually, we already did a Caleb Williams video. That video is already out, so you guys can literally go check that out if you want to. What else could we do here for the Chicago Bears? I mean, anything. You guys let me know. Javon Dexter, someone that had a pretty good game. 4 quarterback hurries, 1 sack, 3 tackles. Definitely want to do a Javon Dexter video. Austin Booker looked really good as well. That dude is exploding off the scene right now. Montez Sweat looked good. This pass rush looks dominant. 22 pressures, 5 QB sacks in this game. Yeah, definitely excited about this defense. So let me know what you guys want to see next. Monday Night Football is officially here. We got Packers, we got Eagles. Should be a really good game. At least in my opinion, it's got that potential. Now, I'm having so much fun on the Sleeper app. I can possibly over 1,000x my money every single day on this app, and it has been so much fun so far. And I kind of wanted to share you some of my picks before we do so. Now, you guys can see them, but if you use my promo code DUBS, you see it right here, you are going to get a 100% match deposit up to $100, which means if you put in $100, they're going to give you $100. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50, right? It is a steal, I would do it just for that. Now, take a look at my picks. I'm going Saquon Barkley, more than 50 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, more than 40 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts, at least 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, more than 200 passing yards. And Romeo Doubs, more than 40 receiving yards. It's all lower than you may think, and I think it's safe. 30 to win 63. Not too crazy, not too wild. Let me know what you guys are doing for tonight. Are you going big? Are you staying safe? Let me know, and let's get back to the video. Now, it's crazy how he's been on so many different teams. I mean, just look at this year. You went from, Eagles to Texans, Texans to Ravens practice squad to Bears, and now suddenly he's a really good player again. Now, right here, we're going to be dropping down into a zone or dropping back into a zone coverage. They come out in 12 personnel, which essentially means 1 running back, 2 tight ends here, both kind of in line for the most part. And they're going to try to work off play action, right? So as they play fake, you're going to see him bite down, but he doesn't overcommit. He takes, maybe 1 to 2 steps down. He waits, sees the ball in the hands of Jackson Dart, immediately gets back into his zone, right? We notice right away that looks like a Tampa 2 where you got your flat, you got your hook curl, you got your mid-read hook curl flats, and then you got your 2 deep safeties. Right? So as he's dropping back, notice how his eyes are always on the quarterback, right? Always on the quarterback. And once Jackson Dart gets out, he immediately breaks. Now, you're going to see Jackson Dart try to pump fake to get a little bit of leverage. He does not bite on that at all, right? Does a great job. And ultimately, without CJ Gardner-Johnson on this play, Dart's probably getting a first down. But slides, great job. I know it's not a crazy play by any means, but it's a solid one. Staying in his lane, forcing him into to the inside, and not hitting him too hard, not hitting him to the head, not drawing a flag. Not a bad play at all, at least in my opinion. More great instincts right here. Offense is working off a full slide to the right. They're working off, again, play action, cracking back the tight end back into the flats. We do a very good job not overcommitting down to the run fake because our man is actually blocking. A lot of guys tend to just overcommit to the run. He does not. He waits, he reads, he reacts, and then he attacks. Once he sees the quarterback throws the ball, he immediately breaks back out to the tight end in the flats, and he actually makes a pretty good tackle. They only pick up 3-4 yards on that play. That's what you want to see out of your box safety or your nickel, whatever you want to call them in this specific play set. But again, I was very impressed with CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think he did a great job, again, getting 2 sacks, 5 tackles, 2 stops. Ultimately, I think he's a good player, and I think he's going to be a good player for the Chicago Bears defense. I do want to show you some stats. These stats aren't great, right? Offensively, they're good. They're really good, right? 7th in points per game. Ben Johnson has fixed this offense, but the defense is taking a little bit of a step back, right? They're ranked 28th, almost dead last when it comes to points allowed per game. They're also ranking 29th in touchdowns allowed per game. Not good at all. Their run defense has not been good thus far. 29th, almost dead last once again in yards allowed per carry, which allows offenses to be more versatile and more unpredictable. But the most important stat to me is the QB sack percentage. 16th, not bad. They're about middle of the pack in the NFL right now, which again, I do not mind. They can be there. I do want to see this go up a little bit, maybe top 10, which would be huge. But the most impressive number is their interception percentage. Now, their ability to get pressure on the quarterback is what creates a lot of bad throws for quarterbacks. And I think that is something that we might need to talk about. And maybe I'll make a video discussing the pass rush. But overall, I do think this team has a lot of potential. And if they can keep that number up, if they can get these two numbers either to stay where they're at with the interception percentage or move the sack percentage up, I think this defense is going to be top 15 in the NFL when it's all said and done at the end of the season. But still a lot of room to grow, man. They need to start being more versatile and being able to create offenses to not be as unpredictable. So we'll see what they do going forward. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.